Uh-oh. I wasn't ready for this. No. So the one thing I've noticed about Pennsylvania is how active of a volunteer type network, even the League of Women Voters, the WREN newsletter, all those things, because you don't have those regs, I think others have stepped up and it's more grassroots. And so we see a lot more of that kind of stuff coming out of Pennsylvania than anywhere else. So it's pretty cool. All right, do I have to do anything here? I'm just curious. Okay, I'm more than willing. All right, got threw me here. This is Ann Ihms. Okay. From Criterion Water Labs, LLC, and talking about educating the community about drinking water. All right.
Very good. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm owner of a private lab in Kokomo, Indiana, just about an hour north of Indianapolis. My husband was going to lose his job, we thought, with the auto industry, so we were trying to figure out what to do. Our well driller said he had to take samples about an hour, and there was no certified lab in our county, so that's how we ended up doing this in 2009. Right. So education is my passion. It's what I've always done my whole life, and so it kind of natural now with the water industry, just to learn as much as I can and pass it on to whoever else needs it. So when people come in our lab, we have home inspectors, of course. We have almost anybody buying a home now. So we've been learning a lot. So here's rivers in Indiana. Our county is called Howard County, which is kind of north central right there. And so you see there's some rivers, and our city takes water out of the Wildcat Creek. That's how Indiana American Water supplies Kokomo, Indiana, besides some wells. Unfortunately, some wells that they draw water from, vinyl chloride was found about 2009. Came public last year. So of course a big alert for everybody. 300 acres of groundwater is contaminated under the city of Kokomo and then spreading northeast. And so we have been monitoring some private wells outside that plume that was designated by the EPA. This is our bedrock, and that's what my model up here shows. The bedrock is there's one aquifer of bedrock. So I had a student that was in the Army with the Indiana University Kokomo. We've had about 8 students work for us. And so he actually built this model, and then we put the aquifers as puzzle pieces on top of the bedrock. So this color-coded by the aquifers that are part of our system. And so we were trying to figure out, and so he was excellent, he got his biology degree. This is the map, or the diagram we started off from the Department of Natural Resources. And then we were able to he talked to a state geologist, and he talked to Ortman, a geologist with one of our well drillers, and was able to actually produce this map. He made cross sections of our county to show, and so a lot of our wells are in these aquifers, and then a lot, of course, go down into the bedrock as well. But that's part of just trying to educate our community about where the water comes from. So now what we're hoping to do is map on top of this, that contaminated plume, so then we can maybe start understanding the directional flow, what future problems there might be from that. They haven't designated a source yet, or a company that caused this contamination, so no cleanup has even begun yet. So we're still trying to encourage that. But that's what we've been learning, is trying to educate the community about, this is a great supply of water. We have a lot of good water, got good flow. It's hard, of course, lots of iron. I've got a student right now working on a project to see if we can map the iron levels throughout the county. Kind of tricky, of course, because you need to know the depth of, the wells. And because it varies from 0.2 parts per million to 7 parts per million iron in our county. And I did hear this map is a good one to show you where, herbicides, pesticides, Indiana's got a large concentration of that on our fields. I've got another student looking into glyphosate contamination. Iron bacteria, of course, is very common in our county, so a lot of education about that, how to deal with that problem. And that all bacteria aren't bad. That's been one of my passions since we're a microbiology lab, to try to help people see that there are good bacteria too, and trying to understand the heterotrophic plate counts with wells, not just the coliform issues. But manganese, we're measuring that for people. This is talking about the plume we have mapped on our Facebook page, and people can put in their address and see how far they are from that designated groundwater plume. So that's the way we're trying to educate, is through that map. This is arsenic results for the state of Indiana. We're just beginning to start to understand and try to encourage people to do some arsenic testing since it's like popcorn around the state. And just trying to encourage people, we'll collect data as a private lab. It is just between us. This is a program I'm involved in. I would encourage any of you, if you have 5th to 8th graders, it's a You Be the Chemist Challenge. They have free, I know I've got that up here, but periodic tables for students. It's a competition like the spelling bee, but it's to learn how to learn about the periodic table. Science fair projects, I've done fluoride variations with students, amoeba resistance to disinfection. One student won $1,000 with that project. So we just try to incorporate water into the science fair projects. This is what we're doing as a business, trying to make it a go, try to take in money, but also be a service to the community. So thank you for your time. Thank you.
You sure? Okay.